All set for the second race. Field of 9 approaching top of the stretch. Mach 1 with Sean Shannon. Party Bagman with Steve Mahar. Miss Jilly Burns and Owen Davies. Hong Kong Shamrock at Lonnie Stokes. Colin J. with Brian Moore. Vic Will, Bill Nicholson. Blazing Lighting, Millet Cooglin. Jersey Classic, Ross McDonald. Contester with Earl Smith. And here they come. They're off, and Colin J. goes quickly to the top. Miss Jilly Burns racing a second. Then Party Bagman in between them, and then on the rail, Mach 1 gets to second. Party Bagman now third. Contesters racing fourth. Miss Jilly Burns. Vic Will wide racing sixth, and Blazing Lighting. Hong Kong Shamrock. Jersey Classic, they go to the quarter. Party Bagman goes to the top on the outside. Then racing a second, it is Colin J. And Vic Will rushing up quickly on the outside. They were by the quarter, 31-1. Swinging into the top turn, the leader is Party Bagman. Colin J. is second. Mach 1 is third. Vic Will racing up fourth on the outside. Contester has fifth. Then it's Miss Jilly Burns. They swing through the stretch and come racing on to the half. And pacing on top, Party Bagman. Colin J. is second. Vic Will rushing up on the outside is now second, and Vic Will goes swinging for the lead as they go racing on by the half, and Vic Will takes the lead. They were by the half and four. Into the turn, they race down to the 5/8, and it is Vic Will wide. Party Bagman back on top again. Vic Will, Colin J. Then on the rail, Mach 1. In between horses, it is at Jersey Classic. On up the backstretch, racing to the three-quarters, Party Bagman, Colin J. Then in between horses, Jersey Classic gets to third. Then Mach 1, Vic Will on the outside. Then Miss Jilly Burns, Contester 136-3. Hong Kong Shamrock, Blazing Lighting trailing. Round the top turn, the leader is Party Bagman and Colin J. racing second. Jersey Classic and Mach 1. Contester Miss Jilly Burns. Then Hong Kong Shamrock, Vic Will. They swing for home. It is Party Bagman and Colin J. racing a second. Mach 1 is a third. Jersey Classic coming up on the outside. So is Miss Jilly Burns. But it's going to be Party Bagman, and here they are. And at the line, Party Bagman, Colin J. Jersey Classic. And the time for the mile, 2:10-4. And parading now the winner of the second race, number 2, Party Bagman. Bay Pacing call 3 years. He's by Quality Blue Chip from Parker Girl. On by Dr. Hugh Baird of Hafton and Jockey Bear of St. John. Trained by Dr. Baird with Steve Mahar driving. The colt gets his first lifetime win, takes a maiden record of 2:10-4. Result of the second race now official. Mach 1 was fifth. Party Bagman, your race winner. Miss Jilly Burns was fourth. Hong Kong Shamrock was seventh. Colin J. was second. Vic Will was eighth. Blazing Lighting ninth. Jersey Classic third. Contester was sixth. Race times quarter 31-1, the half 104. Three quarters 136-3, the mile 2:10-4. All set for the third race. 8 starters, top of the stretch. J.J. Sheraton, David O'Brien. Lucky Turnbull, Owen Davies. English Colony, Freddie Charlton. Hasty Pick, Ron Robertson. Down East Trooper, Earl Smith. John Pfeiffer, Wayne Mahar. Spoiled Sport, Jody Hennessy. Minji Special, Steve Mahar. Here they come. They're off English Colony going to the top and on the outside. Down East Trooper challenging. J.J. Sheridan's on the rail racing third. Lucky Turnbull outside racing on the fourth. Hasty Pick is fifth. John Pfeiffer, Spoiled Sport. Minji Special trails. On up the backstretch going to the quarter. And down East Trooper moves out. Now on top of 2. English Colony second. Lucky Turnbull has a third. That is J.J. Sheridan racing fourth. Hasty Pick, John Pfeiffer, Spoiled Sport, Minji Special. They were by the quarter 30-2, and it goes. Lucky Turnbull out from third. He's second. He's at the leader's wheel now and racing on. The leader is down. He's Trooper Lucky Tarpon on the outside, challenging a second as they come by the 3/8 ball. Through the stretch now, they come racing to the half. On the inside, down East Trooper on the outside. Lucky Tarpon gets to those in front. Lucky Tarpon down, East Trooper racing with him. English Colony's third. J.J. Sheridan, Hasty Pick, John Pfeiffer. They were by the half, 101 and 4. Into the turn now, they race on to the 5/8, and it is down East Trooper on the inside. Lucky Tarpon on the outside, hangs second. English Colony's third, they're by the 5/8. Then it is Hasty Pick, J.J. Sheridan, John Pfeiffer. Spoiled Sport, Min G Special. Going to the 3/4, 2 leaders, neck and neck. On the inside, down East Trooper on the outside, Lucky Tarpon. Hasty Pick racing of third. Then it's English Colony, 3/4, 1:33 and 3. Around the top turn, it is down East Trooper, Lucky Tarpon. Hasty Pick is strong of third. English Colony is fourth. John Pfeiffer's a good fifth. They swing for home. It is down East Trooper. Hasty Pick comes to second, coming on, closing it on the leader, moving for the top. It is going to be Hasty Pick and down East Trooper. Here they are. Hasty Pick, down East Trooper, English Colony, and J.J. Sheridan. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. And parading now, the winner of the third race, number 4, Hasty Pick. Bay pacing horse, he's 5 by defensive pick from Hasty Ruth. Owned by the Lowe's and Don Bigfoot of Hampton, trained and driven by Ron Robertson. Third winning trip this year for Hasty Pick. His fastest this afternoon, 2:06 and 4. And the result of the third race now official. J.J. Sheridan was 4th. Lucky Tarpon, 6th. English Colony was 3rd. Hasty Pick, your race winner. Down East Trooper was 2nd. John Pfeiffer was 5th. Spoiled Sport was 8th. And Minji Special was 7th. Race times a quarter, 30 and 2/5. The half, 101 and 4. 3/4, 1:33 and 3. And the mile, 2:06 and 4. Top of the stretch for the fourth race. Arbor Coltown, Jody Hennessy, Sammy Seal, Gary McDonald, Miramichi Leslie, Steve Mahar, Demand Control, Peter Tecarton, Shane's Cover, Gary Vincent, Miss Anja Bobby, Mark Collett, Verbatim, Tony Haig, 3D Dodger, Leroy Vincent. Here they come. Clear off at Miramichi. Leslie grabs the top, and then on the inside, Sammy Seal is second. Verbatim up on the outside, racing on the third. Arbor Coltown has a fourth. Around the turn they go, and Verbatim wings forward. He takes the lead. Verbatim, the leader by the 8th. Miramichi Leslie has the second. Sammy Seal's racing a third. And rushing up and out of second goes Miramichi Leslie. And she's back on top again. Miramichi Leslie, then Verbatim with 3D Dodger driving up third on the outside. Sammy Seal has fourth. Arbor Coltown fifth. There goes Demand Control moving fifth now. Quarter 31 and 4. Get to the top turn. Miramichi Leslie's in top of length. Verbatim is second. 3D Dodger on the rail now. Racing third. Demand Control moving up fourth on the outside. Sammy Seal has fifth. Arbor Coltown's on the move. Then it's Miss Anja Bobby. Shane's Cover trails. They come racing to the half, and the leader, Miramichi Leslie, Demand Control. Working up on the outside, the two leaders racing neck and neck as they go racing on by the half. They were by the half and 5 and 1. Verbatim has a third. Then 3D Dodgers racing a fourth. Sammy Seal and Arbor Coltown, Miss Anja Bobby, and the Shane's Cover. They're by the 5/8 now, and it's on to the 3/4. And pacing on top, Miramichi Leslie, Demand Control. On the outside, they're neck and neck, and Verbatim up tight to third. Then 3D Dodgers racing a fourth. On the outside, Shane's Cover is the fifth. Then it's Sammy Seal, Miss Anja Bobby, Arbor Coltown. 3/4, 138. Into the top turn. Miramichi Leslie Demand Control hanging second. Verbatim locked in third. Change cover now comes to fourth on the outside. 3D Dodgers fifth on the rail. Then it is Sammy Seal, Miss Angie Bobby Arbor, Cold Town heading home. Miramichi Leslie Verbatim out to challenge now. Change cover, Sammy Seal. It is going to be Miramichi Leslie. Here they are at the line. Miramichi Leslie Verbatim, 3D Dodger and Sammy Seal, and the time for the mile, 2:09.4. And parading now, the winner of the fourth, it's number 3, Miramichi Leslie, bay pacing mare 5 by Adios Elmer from Miramichi Molly, owned by John Thompson of Sherwood, Prince Edward Island, trained by John Davies. Steve Mahar driving. The mare gets her fourth winning trip this season. Pacing this afternoon into 9-4. Result of the fourth race now, official Arbor Cold Town 8th, Sammy Seal 3rd. Miramichi Leslie, your race winner. Demand Control was 7th. Chains cover 5th. Miss Angie Bobby 6th. Verbatim was 2nd, and 3D Dodger 4th, and the race times quarter 31-4, half 105-1, 3/4 138, mile 2:09.4. All set for the fifth race. 7 starters top of the stretch. Shalom Allison, Ross McDonald, High Fly, Rick Armstrong. Baldo's Girl, Gary McDonald, Passe Poil, Doug Falcons. Tuxedo's Thorpe, Bill Nicholson Jr., Windcrest, Georgia, John Davidson. Mountain North, Winston Campbell, here they come. They're off and pacing to the top from the far outside of this Windcrest, Georgia. She is the leader. High Flies racing second. Tuxedo's Thorpe up on the outside, racing on to second now. And it's Windcrest, Georgia. Out by 3 lengths with Tuxedo's Thorpe racing second. Waldo's Girl goes up to third. Then High Fly is fourth on the rail. Up on the outside, Shalom Allison's on the move, and Tuxedo's Thorpe wings for the top, but Windcrest, Georgia holds it. Tuxedo's Thorpe gets back to second again. They're by the quarter, 31-1. Shalom Allison up strong on the outside, goes to second now, and goes swinging for the top. Windcrest, Georgia has it. Shalom Allison's racing second. Tuxedo's Thorpe is third. Then it is Maldo's Girl racing fourth. High Fly fifth. They swing through the stretch. Here they come. They're racing to the half of its Windcrest, Georgia. Shalom Allison second. Tuxedo's Thorpe. That is Maldo's Girl. High Fly up on the outside. Passe Poil. Mountain North Trails are by the half and 2 and 4. Into the turn they go, racing to the 5/8. Windcrest, Georgia, the later. Shalom Allison up and at her on the outside again. Tuxedo's Thorpe is third. Maldo's Girl racing fourth. Then Passe Poil, High Fly, and going up on the outside, Mountain North. Now Shalom Allison grabs the top. Windcrest, Georgia second. Tuxedo's Thorpe is third. Maldo's Girl going on fourth. Then it's Passe Poil, Mountain North, and High Fly, 34-1. By the 3/4 into the top turn, Shalom Allison. Now a length and a half. Windcrest, Georgia second. Tuxedo's Thorpe. Passe Poil comes to fourth. Maldo's Girl fifth. Mountain North. High Fly, they swing for home. It is Shalom Allison. Windcrest, Georgia racing second. Passe Poil coming on. So is Tuxedo's Thorpe, and here they are. It is Shalom Allison, then Passe Poil, Windcrest, Georgia, and Tuxedo's Thorpe. Time for the mile, 2:06.1. Parading now, winner of the fifth race. Number 1, Shalom Allison, bay pacing, gelding 6, Batar Porter, then from Trixie Dancer, owned by Dr. Everett Hansen and Dr. Brian Phillips of Oromakjo. Trained and driven by Ross McDonald. The horse gets his 6th winning trip this season at his fastest, 2:06.1. Race out of the fifth race now, official. Shalom Allison, your race winner. High Fly was 7th. Maldo's Girl was 6th. Passe Poil second. Tuxedo's Thorpe was 4th. Windcrest, Georgia, third. Mountain North, fifth. Times a quarter, 31 and 1, the half, 102 and 4. 3/4, 134 and 1, the mile, 206 and 1. All set for the sixth race, 7 starters approaching top of the stretch. Bruce's Joe G, Millet Kuglin, Laser with Winston Campbell, TK Madeira and Ron Robertson, Mormac Doris, Wayne Mahar, Kilkerran Diana, Mark Collett, Blossom Blue and Charlie Ross, Oblin Don, John Davidson. Here they come. They're off, and Laser has the lead. Mormac Doris racing second. Up on the outside, Kilkerran Diana. Bruce's Joe G moving up on the inside, gets to third. Kilkerran Diana outside. Racing fourth, and Blossom Blue, TK Madeira. Oblin Don trails as they race on to the quarter, and Laser cuts it out. Lead to length with Mormac Doris racing second. Bruce's Joe G has a third. TK Madeira on the outside hangs a fourth. That is Kilkerran Diana, Blossom Blue, and Oblin Don, the quarter, 31 and 1. Head of the top turn, Laser the leader. Then Mormac Doris is second. TK Madeira Park hangs third. Bruce's Joe G on the rail is a fourth. Kilkerran Diana. Blossom Blue makes a move. Oblin Don is trailing, and they work through the stretch. They come driving to the half. Laser is the leader. Mormac Doris racing a second. Then it is Bruce's Joe G and TK Madeira. Then Kilkerran Diana, Blossom Blue, and the trailer Oblin Don. They were by the half and 3 and 2, and around the turn they go racing to the 5/8. Laser's out now but 2.5. Mormac Doris is second with 3. Bruce's Joe G, Kilkerran Diana. TK Madeira, Oblin Don rushing up strong on the outside, and Blossom Blue going to the 3/4, Laser but 2. Mormac Doris second by 6. Then Oblin Don rushing up on the outside, going to third, 3/4, 34 and 1. Out of the top turn, Laser by 2. Mormac Doris. Then it is Bruce's Joe G and Oblin Don. Then Kilkerran Diana, Blossom Blue, TK Madeira. At the head of the lane, they spring for home, and it is Laser with a good lead. Mormac Doris is second. Bruce's Joe G third. Oblin Don is fourth. It is going to be Laser. Here they are at the line. Laser, Mormac Doris, Bruce's Joe G, and Blossom Blue for fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 1. And parading now, the winner of the sixth race, number 2, Laser, bay pacing horse. He's 4 years. He's by critical time out of Chet's Gal, owned and trained by Danny Gass of Cornwall, Prince Edward Island. Winston Campbell driving. That's the first winning trip this year for Laser, pacing this afternoon, 2:06 and 1. Now the result of the sixth race is now official. Bruce's Joe G was third. Laser, your race winner. TK Madeira seventh. Mormac Doris second. And Kilkerran Diana was sixth. Blossom Blue fourth. And Oblin Don was fifth. Race times quarter, 31 and 1. A half, 103 and 2. A 3/4, 134 and 1. The mile in 2:06 and 1. Seventh race, top of the stretch, field of 6. There's Kilkerran Cloud with Gary Vincent, Columbia Luke and Peter Carton, Revelry N, Ross McDonald, Adio Stephen Elmore White. The trotter buys a win with Gary McDonald, and Vision of Sin with Bernie Charlton. Here they come. There, off Columbia Luke grabs the top. Revelry N racing second, going for the lead. Kilkerran Cloud is on the rail racing third. Vision of Sin outside, he is fourth. Then it's Adio Stephen and buys a win trails. Now Revelry N grabs the top, and he's the leader as they race on by the 8th. On up the backstretch now, racing to the quarter. Revelry N a length. Columbia Luke and Kilkerran Cloud. Adios Stephen buys a win. Trotting up strong on the outside. He trots on to fourth. Is going on as they race on to the quarter. Revelry and a length. And Columbia Luke is second, buys a win. Now second, quarter 33 and 1, buys a win. Trots to the top on the outside. Revelry N is racing a second. Columbia Luke is third. That is Kill Karen Cloud. Adios Stephen and Vision of Sin. And they come off the top turn now, and here they come through the stretch onto the half. Buys a win, trots on top, leads now by 2. Revelry N is racing second. Columbia Luke out challenging now third, rushing on to second. And it buys a win with Columbia Luke winging for the lead. They're by the half and 6 and 4. Into the turn, on to the 5/8. Columbia Luke now by 2. Buys a win. Trotting a second, Adios Stephen, Vision of Sin. That is Kill Karen Cloud and Revelry N pulling up. They go to the 3/4. Columbia Luke buys a win, is racing a second. Adios Stephen is a third. Then it is a Vision of Sin, Kill Karen Cloud, as they go by the 3/4 pole. Pacing on top, Columbia Luke out number 3, buys a win, trotting a second. Adios Stephen and Vision of Sin. Then Kill Karen Cloud. Coming to the 7/8, it is Columbia Luke all alone. He's in top number 5. Buys a win, a trotting second. Vision of Sin comes to third. Adios Stephen is 4th. Heading home, it is going to be Columbia Luke moving away. Buys a win and a Vision of Sin. Adios Stephen, here they are at the line. Columbia Luke buys a win. Adios Stephen and Vision of Sin. And the time for the mile, 2:10 and 2. Operating now the winner of the 7th race, number 2, Columbia Luke, Bay Pacing Gelding. He's 12 years. He is by Columbia George, and he's out of Yankee Pixie. He's owned, trained, and driven by Peter Carton of St. John. Columbia Luke gets his 3rd winning trip this season. It's his fastest, 2:10 and 2. Now the result of the 7th race, it's official. Kill Karen Cloud was 5th. Columbia Luke, your race winner. Joy Down was scratched. Revelry N did not finish. Adios Stephen was 3rd. Buys a win 2nd. And Vision of Sin was 4th. Times quarter 33 and 1. Half 106 and 4. A 3/4 139. And a mile 2:10 and 2. We're all set now for the 8th race. We have a field of 9 approaching the top of the stretch. There's Charlotte's Tessie with Doug Falkins, J.G. with Freddie Charlton, Island Candy with Ross McDonald, Bal McGee Lass and Steve Mahar, Holly Bat Hermino, Asian Senator Jody Hennessy, Willoway Spats Wayne Mahar, Traveling Lady Tom Mason, Glenn Gal Sterling Leroy Vincent. Here they come. They're off an Asian Senator quickly to the top. J.G. Racing 2nd. Bal McGee Lassen between horses is 3rd. Outside of her, Traveling Lady drives on 4th. Glengal Sterling's 5th on the rail. Then Island Candy. Holly Bat up on the outside. Charlotte's Tessie and Hay. They're 4 wide, neck and neck as they race on up the backstretch. 4 of them neck and neck battling for the top. And on the extreme outside, Traveling Lady. Then Bal McGee Lassen, now J.G. And into the turn, Bal McGee Lassen's off stride. And they are by the quarter, 32, and J.G. has the top now. Traveling Lady racing a 2nd. Asian Senator on the rail is a 3rd. Glenn Gal Sterling is 4th. Holly Bat driving up 5th on the outside. Then it is Island Candy, Charlotte's Tessie, Willoway Spats, and Bal McGee last trailing. Through the stretch, they come racing to the half. They're neck and neck for the top. On the inside, J.G. Traveling Lady on the outside. Asian Senator is at 3rd, the half and 4 and 1. Then it's Glengal Sterling, Island Candy. Holly Bat on the outside. Charlotte's Tessie, Willoway Spats, Bal McGee last. Around the turn, they race to the 5/8. They're by that marker now. J.G., the leader, a half length. Traveling Lady going on again on the outside. Again, they're neck and now Traveling Lady goes to the top. J.G. racing a 2nd. Asian Senator and Holly Bat. Holly Bat gets to 3rd. Asian Senator is 4th. And JG's back on again on the inside and grabs the top, 37-2 by the 3/4. Into the top turn, JG on the inside. Traveling Lady strong on the outside. Asian Senator third, Island Candy fourth, Holly Bat now fifth, and Glengow Sterling, Willow Bat, Charlotte Tessie. They're neck and neck as they head for home. Traveling Lady on the outside. JG, here comes Asian Senator. It is Traveling Lady, Asian Senator to the top. Here they are. Asian Senator, then Traveling Lady, Glengow Sterling, and JG. And the time for the mile, 2:10-3. Parading now the winner of the 8th race, number 6, Asian Senator. Bay pacing gelding 6 years by Noodlum from Tarpan. Owned by Kevin Fitzgerald of St. John, trained and driven by Judy Hennessy. It's the first winning trip this year for Asian Senator. Well, this afternoon he wins into 10-3. Now the result of the 8th race is official. Charlotte's Tessie was 6th. JG 4th. Island Candy was 5th. Paul McGee was 9th. Holly Bat 7th. Asian Senator, your race winner. Willow Spats was 8th. Traveling Lady 2nd. And Glengow Sterling was 3rd. Times a quarter, 32 seconds. The half, 104-1. 3/4, 1:37-2. And the mile, 2:10-3. We're all set now for the 9th, and we have a field of 8. Top of the stretch, there's Rockville Tom with Randy Phillips. Queen Links and Ross McDonald. Sis Beep Babe with Owen Davies. Gambling Doug, Steve Mahar, Miramichi Dash, John Davidson. Hold the Line and Judy Hennessy. Crafty Star with Doug Falcons. B.J. Denver with Tom Mason. Here they come. Clear off Rockville Tom, facing out on top. Sis Beep Babe takes cover behind him. Then Gambling Doug goes to 3rd. Miramichi Dash is on the outside and racing on 4th. Queen Link says 5th. And B.J. Denver going up on the outside. Hold the Line. And a Crafty Star trailing as they leave the 8th. They work on up the backstretch to the quarter. Miramichi Dash is on the move. He's locked on the leader, winging for the top. At Miramichi Dash grabs the top with Rockville Tom racing 2nd. Sis Beep Babe has 3rd on the rail. On the outside, B.J. Denver racing 4th, quarter 32 seconds. That is Gambling Doug, Hold the Line on the move. Queen Links, Crafty Star trails on the outside. Working around the top turn, Miramichi Dash leads for 2 as they spring out by the 3/8 pole. Now, here they come through the stretch, racing to the half. It is Miramichi Dash. Then up on the outside, B.J. Denver, Rockville Tom. Then Sis Beep Babes in the rail. Hold the Line outside with cover. The half and 4-1. Then is Crafty Star, Gambling Doug, and Queen Lakes as they work around the turn and drive on to the 5/8 pole. Pacing on top, Miramichi Dash, a length and a half. Rockville Tom is 2nd. B.J. Denver hanging tough 3rd. Hold the Line behind him. Sis Beep Babe in the rail. Crafty Star, Gambling Doug, Queen Lakes. To the 3/4, it is Miramichi Dash for 2. Rockville Tom, Sis Beep Babe moving up on the inside to 3rd. 3/4, 36-1. Into the top turn. Miramichi Dash for 2 and Rockville Tom and Sis Beep Babe. Gambling Doug moves up from the inside to 4th. B.J. Denver outside 5th. Queen Lakes comes to 5th now and they spring for home. Miramichi Dash, Rockville Tom out to challenge. Sis Beep Babe coming on, so is Gambling Doug. It is now Rockville Tom, Queen Links closing fast on the inside. Here they are at the line. Rockville Tom, Queen Links, maybe Sis Beep Babe. The time for the mile, 2:08-2. Head up the wire now, number 9 for the winner of the 9th race, number 1, Rockville Tom. A bay pacing horse, he is 6 years. He is by Steady Airliner from admiring Hanover, owned by Stuart Hazelwood of St. John, trained and driven by Randy Phillips. That's the 2nd winning trip this season for Rockville Tom. He wins this afternoon at 2:08-2. Race out of the ninth race, now official. Rockville Tom, your race winner. Queen Lynx for second. Assist Beep Babe third. Gambling Doug was fourth. Miramichi Dash fifth. Hold the Line seventh. Crafty Star was sixth. And B.J. Denver was eighth. The times, the quarter 32 seconds, the half 104 and a fifth. 3/4, 1:36 and 1, and the mile 2:08 and 2. We're all set down with the 10th race, field of 8. Approaching the top of the stretch, there's Irish Mindy and John Davidson. Mormac Carl with Doug Falcons. King's Beacon, Steve Mahar, Bold Top Bill, and Gary McDonald. Some Quick with Ross McDonald, Flying Pen, Gary Vincent, Mormac Dinah, Jody Hennessy, Cablevision, and Brian Moore. Here they come. There, off in King's Beacon, grabs the top. Irish Mindy's racing second. Flying Pen up on the outside is third. Cablevision moves up on the inside, is now third, and Flying Pen on the outside is racing fourth. Around the turn they go, and King's Beacon leads by 2. Irish Mindy second. Flying Pen moves to third. Cablevision is fourth. Mormac Dinah going up on the outside, and Mormac Coral on the inside. Then Bold Top Bill, and Some Quick trailing the field as they race on by the quarter pole. King's Beacon by 2, the quarter 31 and 1. Into the top turn, it is King's Beacon. Irish Mindy is second. Flying Pen is parked. He's hanging at third. Cablevision is fourth on the rail. Up on the outside, Mormac Dinah parked with cover. Then on the rail, Mormac Coral. Bold Top Bill is moving. Some Quick trails. Through the stretch now, they come racing on to the half, and it is King's Beacon by 2. Irish Mindy and Flying Pen. Cablevision is a fourth. Mormac Dinah fifth. Then it's Bold Top Bill, Mormac Coral, and Some Quick is on the run. They were by the half and 3 and 2. Around the turn they go to the 5/8. King's Beacon pacing it on top of 2. Irish Mindy and Flying Pen. Cablevision fourth. Mormac Dinah racing fifth, swinging out 3 wide, and she is rushing on. Mormac Dinah gets to fourth, and she goes for is now third. King's Beacon moving away from him. He's on top of 4. And Irish Mindy and Mormac Dinah now to second. Irish Mindy is a third, and Mormac Dinah's on the run. 3/4, 1:35 and 2. Around the top turn, King's Beacon all along. On top now but 10. Irish Mindy, Cablevision moving from third. Coming up on the inside, Mormac Coral, Flying Pen, Bold Top Bill. It is King's Beacon on top of 10. Cablevision closing fast second, but it's going to be King's Beacon. Here they are at the line. King's Beacon, Cablevision, Irish Mindy, and Flying Pen. And the time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. And parading now, the winner of the 10th race, number 3, King's Beacon. Bay Pacing horse, 6 years, by King's Island. From Trey Jolie, owned by Hazen Damon of Hampton, trained and driven by Steve Mahar. Win number 3 this year for King's Beacon, his fastest, 2:07 and 1. The result of the 10th race is now official. Irish Mindy third, Mormac Coral sixth, King's Beacon your race winner. Bold Top Bill was fifth, Some Quick seventh, Flying Pen was fourth, Mormac Dinah eighth, Matt's Jet was scratched, Cablevision second. The times, the quarter 31 and a fifth, the half 103 and 2, 3/4 135 and 2. Time for the mile, 2:07 and 1. We're all set now for the 11th race, field of 8, approaching top of the stretch. There's Meadow Shadow and Mark Collett, B.J. Eldorado, Earl Smith, Hilltop Motoring, Winston Campbell, Nightly Blue Girl with Ronnie Robertson, Broadcaster Billy Kim Cameron, Skipton D with John Davies, Golden Fella Steve Mahar, Bayside Nancy Owen Davies. Here they come. Clear off and Hilltop Motoring grabs the lead up on the inside. Meadows Shadow is racing second outside. Skipton D is a wide to third, and around the turn, Meadows Shadow grabs the top. Hilltop Motoring racing second. Then 3 wide, Skipton D gets a third. B.J. Eldorado has fourth on the rail. And they're 3 wide going to the quarter. Hilltop Motoring in between horses grabs the top. On the outside, Skipton D has second now. Meadows Shadow third. Then Nightly Blue Girl going up on the outside is fourth. Quarter 31 and 3. On the rail, B.J. Eldorado racing fifth. Bayside Nancy up on the outside. Broadcaster Billy and Golden follow the trailer as they come to the 3/8 pole. And they race on Violet Marker now. They're neck and neck for the top. Hilltop Motoring on the inside. Skipton D on the outside. Meadows Shadow has the third. Nightly Blue Girl Park, she's fourth. Then B.J. Eldorado is fifth. Bayside Nancy, Broadcaster Billy, and Golden Fella. And they grip by the half and 3 and 2. Into the turn now they go racing to the 5/8. The leader is Hilltop Motoring on the inside. Skipton D on the outside hangs a second. Meadows Shadow is third. B.J. Eldorado racing fourth now. And then up on the inside, Broadcaster Billy, Nightly Blue Girl, Bayside Nancy, Golden Fella. It is Hilltop Motoring, Skipton D, and B.J. Eldorado. Swings out 3 wide. They're 3 wide, neck and neck as they go by the 3/4, 35 and 4. B.J. Eldorado now the leader. Hilltop Motoring is a second. Meadows Shadow 3 wide comes to second now. Hilltop Motoring is third. Skipton D is fourth. Broadcaster Billy, Golden Fella, Bayside Nancy off stride, and Nightly Blue Girl heading home. It is B.J. Eldorado. B.J. Eldorado, Meadows Shadow, Hilltop Motoring, Broadcaster Billy coming on. Here they are at the line. B.J. Eldorado, Broadcaster Billy, Hilltop Motoring, and Meadows Shadow. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. Riding now, the winner of the 11th race, number 2, B.J. Eldorado, pacing horse 4 years. He's by Lehigh Hanover, out of Shailene Globe. Owned by Ian Smith of Montague, Prince Edward Island, trained and driven by Earl Smith. First winning trip this season for B.J. Eldorado. He wins in 2:06 and 4. Race out of the 11th race now official. Meadows Shadow was 4. B.J. Eldorado, your race winner. Hilltop Motoring was third. Nightly Blue Girl was 7th. Broadcaster Billy second. Skipton D 6th. Golden Fella 5th. Bayside Nancy was 8th. Race times the quarter 31 and 3/5. The half 103 and 2. 3/4 135 and 4. And the mile 2:06 and 4. All set for the 12th and final at 4:53. Field of 9, approaching top of the stretch. Boot Hill Hideaway and John Davidson. Star to B, Steve Mahar. Tarzan Skip with Gary McDonald. Turnpike's Tequila, Doug Falcons. Mickey Freeze, Tony Haig. Denny's Nad, Gary Vincent. AC's Peter Steve Mason. Spring River, Ross McDonald. Flag Sundance, Lonnie Stokes. Here they come. They're off. AC's Peter grabs the top. Mickey Freeze racing is second. Boot Hill Hideaway has a third. Spring River's wide racing a fourth. Denny's Nat is fifth. Then it is Flag Sundance, Star to B, Star Stand Skip, and Turnpike's Tequila trailing the field as they work around the turn. They're neck and neck for the top. On the outside, AC's Peter. On the inside, Mickey Freeze. Racing on, Mickey Freeze and AC's Peter. He's the leader on the outside. Mickey Freeze on the inside. They're still at it, neck and neck. And Mickey Freeze takes the lead, quarter 31 and 4. Into the top turn, Mickey Freeze. AC's Peter. Boot Hill Hideaway off stride on the run. And Flag Sundance racing on to third. Boot Hill Hideaway is fourth. They spring off the top turn and come on through the stretch, racing to the half. The inquiry signs going up. Mickey Freeze, AC's Peter. Then it is Flag Sundance, Spring River racing up fourth on the outside. Then it is a Boot Hill Hideaway, the half and 3 and 4. Tarzan Skip is on the move, then Star to Be, and Turnpike's Tequila. Around the turn, they've raced 4 the 5/8 little leader, Mickey Freeze. A.C.'s Peter is the second. Flag Sundance is the third. Then a Spring River and Boot Hill Hideaway. Tarzan Skip, Star to Be, Turnpike's Tequila. On to the 3/4, Mickey Freeze for 2. A.C.'s Peter and Flag Sundance. Spring River 4th. Boot Hill Hideaway is 5th. 3/4, 136. They're into the top turn. And pacing on top, it is Mickey Freeze. A.C.'s Peter, Flag Sundance. Spring River, Boot Hill Hideaway, Tarzan Skip, Turnpike's Tequila, Star to Be. Denny's Nat is pulled up. They come heading home. It is Mickey Freeze and A.C.'s Peter coming on. On the outside, Flag Sundance, Spring River. It is going to be Mickey Freeze. Here they are at the line. Mickey Freeze, A.C.'s Peter, then Spring River and Flag Sundance. The time for the mile, 2:08 and 3. And the result of the 12th race. Now, official, Boot Hill Hideaway 6th, was placed 5th. Star to Be was 8th. Tarzan Skip was placed 4th. Turnpike's Tequila 7th. Mickey Freeze, your race winner. Denny's Nat did not finish, pulled up a broken gear. A.C.'s Peter finished 2nd, was placed 6th. Set back for interference to Boot Hill Hideaway just past the quarter pole. Spring River was placed 2nd, and Flag Sundance was placed 3rd. The times the quarter, 31 and 4/5, half 103 and 4, 3/4, 136. Time for the mile, 2:08 and 3.